Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Outer Rim Ramble with myself, the Outlaw Adam Neeson, joined as always by the beautiful Jedi Knight, Danny Bryan. No, Danny Bryan, we're not long back from Newry.
We're not. We're really, really not. We had a wonderful time though.
We did. Thanks for Dave from Minicon Ireland for asking us down, and to all the vendors. It was the first Comic Con in Newry, I believe.
I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, if it was. It was the first Minicon Ireland event in the north in Newry. And yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's the first event of that kind in Newry. So yeah, it was really good. It was just like really well run. There was a nice variety of vendors. The guests were all fantastic. It was a real nice networking opportunity for us. Like
Mhm.
I found compared to Dublin was a bit kind of overwhelming with how much there was. Like there were still people that we obviously stopped and spoke to and, got to like say hello and even people who recognized us from the podcast, which was really nice. But Nuri felt nice in that it was a bit more kind of intimate and you got to have like a decent conversation with people and there was people there that we knew, there was people then that were asking about like us and what we were up to, and all three of the guests, as I say, like have basically agreed to come on the show in the future, so watch this space for that. But I mean, today's guest had already agreed to be on our show way even before the Nuri minicon. So Adam, you want to do some introductions?
He's part of the cool kids.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Joining us today is a gentleman who said they would listen to our podcast and then actually went and did it, which is very rare in the podcast world because people just go, "Ah, that's nice, isn't it?" But joining us today is Owen from Shadow's Edge Sabers. Owen, my friend, how are you?
I'm all good. How are you?
All good, all good. It's
Mhm.
Newry Comic Con. How did you find it?
That was great. That's what Danny was saying. Just it was a lot more intimate, and
Hmm.
it was great because I kept leaving my partner at the stalls. Like I'll be back in 2 seconds, and I was running around doing laps, and I was like, I'll be back again. Whereas, as I say, Dublin was a lot more hectic too. You had not much time to breathe. Where
Hmm.
you were getting to meet new people down in your area and get connections, and I almost signed up for the 501st there, so that as well. So.
Almost, or did they, what were they trying to lure you in to be a Jedi, to be a Sith, or
Yeah, no, they lured me on. Like, so they did. I got the flyer and that as well. It was like join, and I was like, okay. So,
of course, absolutely. Why not? It's one of the great things about those cons is getting to meet those kind of costume groups and finding, there'll be
yeah,
people there who are genuinely like lovely and welcoming and obviously have very similar interests, and they are very willing and forthcoming with how you go about joining and getting into costume. And like I've been very fortunate that, I've tripped with the Emerald Garrison and I work a lot with Cosmos and I have Harmony. But yeah, it's great then you'll get to see those guys again. And we're going to talk a bit more about it later on, but we've just announced for Strange and Unusual, the 501st and Rebel Legion will also be joining us on the day,
brilliant.
along with Cosmos, I Have Harmony, and the Ghostbusters Northern Ireland. So there's plenty of costume groups there.
Amazing,
So you'll
amazing.
be they'll be over to lure you in again.
I know why. I know because one of the guys, I think he was dressed up as an admiral, and then there was two kids dressed up as Jawas, and they were like the LED masks, and I was like, that's so cool. Like.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's great. The costumes are freaking fantastic, and like, it's one of those things. I'd said to Adam like, oh, I might bring my Jedi. I might jump into the Jedi for a bit, but like, by the time we would have gone around and spoke to everybody we want to speak to, I didn't want to sort of like tell Cosmos, the costuming group, that I would come over and Jedi with them because I did that at Dublin Comic Con, but I only was able
Yeah.
to give them like my last hour, and I felt
Oh
kind of
yeah,
bad
yeah.
about like not being able to commit to it for the full day. So
Uh-huh.
it's one of those things where like I know for say like Comic Con Northern Ireland later in the year, like I'll probably do like me and Adam will maybe go on the Saturday and do like the guests and the podcast stuff, and then the Sunday I'll focus on doing like costume stuff because I do like I really enjoy getting into like character. So whenever I'm the Jedi, like that's it. I'm swinging the lightsaber about. I'm letting people hold it, get their pictures. Like kids are coming up being like Obi-Wan. And I'm just like, of course I'm Obi-Wan. And you
Yeah.
gotta be like made of. Whenever I love one of my favorite things about being the Jedi is people get their picture in that, and before they go off, you get to go, "May the Force be with you." And they just
Yes.
look at you like, "Whoa!" And I love that, just that kind of
It just
moment where they're
makes
like,
the day, doesn't it? Yeah.
"Yeah, a Jedi's just said, May the Force be with you." To
Yeah.
me, and it's great. And then I love it when somebody responds, "And with you," and you're like, "Yeah!"
I know, I know.
It's so good. But no, have you any ideas of what you would like to costume, what you would like to do?
I don't know, like I was on like Etsy and messaging different sellers and that, and I was like, no, they just get like a classic Anakin episode 3, tunic and that. But then I was like, well, go out and just get a big Darth Vader costume.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I wouldn't want to have it and then just throw it in the attic. I kind of want to have like a big mannequin in the living room, but my partner won't allow it. So, I,
Oh, really? Is your partner not as big a Star Wars fan, or just not a Star Wars fan at all?
oh, he's not a Star Wars fan at all. I've
No.
had to, I've had to teach him up. So that's um, met him about 5 years ago, and I was like, right, and we sat and I made him watch all the films, and I made him watch some of the Clone Wars, and I'm actually rewatching it at the minute. So I kind of have it on every night, hoping he's watching a bit of it as well, but it's not working. So
Is there any parts of it that he has been sort of taken in by, or is it just sort of one of those like, you have your little show on, that's all right, I'll sit on my phone.
it's like you have your eye. He
Yeah.
has no interest in it. So, but he's getting there. He is like, no, I have him down at these cons and that as well, and he's like, oh, I know this one, I know this, I know what this one does, and I'm thinking, happy days, so
Yeah.
I can leave you and go.
He's picking up. That's it. He knows to say that's a Count Dooku, and
Yeah,
that'll
yeah,
usually be red. But you can change the colors. It has many features. That's good. That's good. No, that's it. I tried to show. I was showing my fiance the prequel trilogy over Christmas because she'd never
yeah.
seen it. And she was kind of like, "This is okay." And I was like,
Uh-huh.
"No, but it's supposed to be great." And she's like, "You have your thing, I have mine." I'm like, "Okay, cool,
Yeah.
fair. That's all right. That's okay." But I think the wonderful thing about cons is there's kind of something for everyone. Even if you're
Uh-huh.
not a Star Wars fan, there's always going to be other wee bits. But your thing at cons is Star Wars. More
Yes.
specifically, the weapons of Star Wars, those weapons being lightsabers,
Yes.
the weapon
Yes.
of the Jedi or the Sith. So I suppose for those who don't know, do you wanna pitch your business? Do you want to do your Dragon's Den moment?
Yeah, I know. I actually love Dragon's Den at the minute too much. The flat like, so I'm asking for 10% for. No, what it is, it's just it's a business that sells replica lightsabers and custom lightsabers. It's fitted with different electronics in it, so you have your baselit, your Xenopixel, and your Profi. So again, it's just preference what people want, and it's different price points on it as well too. Baselets can be a bit more affordable for any younger people new looking to get into the kind of lightsaber collection. But yeah, I love it. I love it, Sody. It's great. I love seeing people's faces. I know you're saying about saying may the force be with you, and that's what's it was in Dublin Comic Con. It was a few guys that said it to me, like young kids, and I'm thinking, oh, this is cool. Like they said it to me, do you know what I mean? And it was very nice. Like so, it is about building that kind of community and just enjoying it, along the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, and how did you come about sort of getting into the lightsaber selling game? Because it's not something I ever considered as a career option, but it does seem to be kind of like a bit of a growing industry at the minute. But I think it's
Mhm.
good, you've kind of created your brand, and it's great to see out at cons. I'd seen the thing that put me in your direction was one of the guys in the Cosmos Costume Group had been doing an event in the Richmond Centre in Derry, and
Yes.
you had a stall set up there, and he'd posted a picture holding one of your lightsabers, and I was like,
Yeah.
"There's a lightsaber seller in Derry? Like,
Uh-huh.
what's this about?" So I found your Instagram, followed you and stuff, and then obviously with the Strange and Unusual event coming up, I was like, "We need vendors, and how cool would
Yeah.
it be to have somebody selling lightsabers there?" So then obviously reached out and got you involved there, and then when I seen you at Dublin Comic Con, I was like, "I have to go say hello now." But how did you end up selling lightsabers locally here in Northern Ireland?
I was just kind of like I say, I went to a few Comic Cons at the time, and I was thinking, it's not something you see about much, and I thought, well, could I bring it here? Like, do you know what I mean? Could I bring it locally? And that was my first stall. You're on about the photo. It was in Foylside Shopping Centre. It was
Mhm.
during Halloween, and I got chatting to the centre manager, and she's like, no, let's go. We can get you 2 days up here. And it was kind of like a testing ground then, seeing, is it going to be good and that? But, Halloween and there is just one of the biggest events ever. Like, so, but it was amazing. And people's reactions to them and that. And they're like, I can't get over this. We haven't seen these in person. You only ever see them online and different stuff. So I think it's great to be able to bring it to those and doing the likes of the mini cons in the area as well too. Just when people are like, no, we don't get a chance to see these. It's great to bring that to them as well too, just to share the excitement as well.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
what's Derry's favorite lightsaber?
Terry's favorite lightsaber, I think it's a guns, I think, but it's not so much a lightsaber.
You haven't perfected one that glows in like red and white at the same time for the dairy team, no?
I haven't. I haven't. No, there is like a rainbow effect. I'm sure
Mhm.
it could be configured a bit for it, but um, just loads of kids coming up, and that's parents be like, "Oh no, don't drop them." No, and I was like, "No, they're combat ready. No, they can take a hat. No, throw them around the place if you want them." That so.
Yeah,
No, it's great to see everyone's faces just lighting up when they see them. Like, and I think one person turned me down when I said, "Would you like to hold it?"
really.
One
One
person was like,
person turned
"Yeah."
turned down
One
the
person was like,
opportunity.
"No." I was like, "Okay."
Star Wars clearly not their thing.
Yeah, I know. I got the message. Thanks.
That's wild. That's wild. But so where does, I suppose then, the desire to sell lightsabers is obviously born of a love of Star Wars. Where
Yes.
does that love begin? Where does your Star Wars journey begin?
Back in 2000, I think I was about 5. I was born in 97, and I was about 4 or 5, and my brother's friend just lived across the street from us at the time, and he had a Darth Maul and a Qui-Gon and an Obi-Wan, and I used to love going over to his house and just playing with him. I was like, "Oh, this is amazing." Don't even think I've seen the films at the time. But I had loads of merch. We had like a pod racer desk, and me and my brother's room and everything was like a blue and orange kind of desk, and I always remember playing or watching my brother play. It was Jedi Battles, I think, on the PS1 at the time. And it was these figures that just caught me. And it was my birthday in that year. And the guy bought me the 3 figures, Darth Maul, the Qui-Gon, and I still have them. They're in an attic upstairs. They're open, but they're still up there. But from that day on, I was just like crazy. And it was just going on the like Smurfs or anything and seeing like just the displays. And Revenge of the Sith then was the first film I seen in cinema. And I always remember it because me and my brother, cinema was packed, and me and my brother were sitting at the front. But like halfway through it, like guys behind us started throwing popcorn and all this, and we're like, "Fuck you," but it was that display and Smurfs as well. I was like, "This is insane," and I think it's so sad now going into places like that, and they have like a line of like stuff now. It's not even like a bay of shelves anymore. It's like a line, and it's sad to see. But I think that's where it grew from then. As a teenager, and I was kind of like Star Wars. I'm too cool for that type of thing. And I cried for ages to get my dad to buy me the Hasbro Force FX removable blade Darth Maul. So I got it for Christmas one year, the two double ended, and then I got the Anakin one the year after, and it was kind of like coming on to my partying stage, my late teens, and I was like, sell these and go out drinking and all, But I'm glad I never now because I kind of got back into it, and it was a few when I met my partner, like he had no clue I was like a Star Wars nerd, and everything was packed away in my mum's garage, and we moved in together, and I was like, by the way, I need all this stuff in the house, and he's like, what is it? And I came in with like box loads and box loads, and he was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is me now. I can accept it, or."
Mhm.
So I've just bounced straight on that then a few years back in, and I just love it. So do absolutely love it.
Yeah, it sounds like you've had a bit of a journey similar to Adam, where it kind of had that sort of initial like Star Wars love, and then a bit of a dip out, too cool
Yeah,
for Star
yeah,
Wars, and then
uh-huh.
resurfaced, and then also like me in that whenever you moved in with a partner and you came with all your
Yeah,
boxes load of nerd shit, and she was like, "Where's all that going?" I'm like, "It's fine. We have a spare room that we'll use as our office. That became
yeah.
my office, but you know."
It's
I
sort of nice finding it again later in life because you get the thrill of being like, I never had that. Like you would see it. There's stuff I seen for like I never had any Attack of the Clones toys,
Yeah,
but now looking back on it, I'm like, oh, I need these. Like I've You rediscover something that's great.
Yeah, that's why I never had Attack of Clones. It was a few Phantom Menace when I was younger, and then it was just Revenge of the Sith.
Mhm.
So I just bought a load of Attack of Clones figures there. Last year, I think I bought 60 Phantom Menace figures, all boxed.
Mm.
And I got them in the post and I opened them. I was like, cool. And then I closed them again and now they're in the attic, you know. So, but I think it's just the feeling of having them, you know. It's just
Yeah.
but I need to pick a bone with you guys about, and I know you're like, shit. Attack of the Clones, what's going on, guys? This is like a.
Well, here's
This
the
is
thing.
yeah. This is it. We need to. I think we say in the majority of our episodes that it's probably our least favorite.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't mean that there's not stuff we don't. And we have mentioned before that we really like the Obi-Wan Kenobi detective story. The Battle of
Uh-huh.
Geonosis is cool. Yoda's fight for me at the time when I first seen Yoda's fight, I remember going opening night to Attack of the Clones. And I'll save the story. I'll probably wait until we actually do like an Attack of the Clones episode
Hmm.
to tell the full story of little Danny's adventure to see Attack of the Clones because it's an experience. But um, seeing Yoda fight Count Dooku for the first time on the big screen was incredible because we'd never seen anybody move like Phantom Menace's fight was incredible. We'd never seen Jedi move like that before, but then to see how Yoda fought was just as like at the
Yeah.
time. Now watching it back now in like Blu-ray edition, you're kind of just like that's just a motion blurred green thing moving around. It doesn't the effects don't hold up quite as well, but it's still a great moment in the film. So it's not to say that we're trying to shit on Attack of the Clones. It's just in the grand scheme of Star Wars,
Yeah.
it's probably the one that I think we both are a bit like, eh. Now, will we do an episode where we properly deep dive into it? Yes, when we don't have guests to
Yeah.
interview, we will have a full on. You know what? Oh, come back. We'll have you back on, and we'll do an Attack of the Clones deep dive just with you, just so
Yes. Yes.
you
Please
can.
do.
Well, do put your argument forward today a bit, but save it. We'll do a deep
Yeah.
dive with you on Attack of the Clones. But go on, pick your bone. You stand up for Attack of the Clones
I
right
just
now
love
for
it.
everyone.
I just love it. It's just. I know you're all for Jedi's and all that stuff, and just seeing the amount of them come out and everything, I think this is amazing. Compared to like the original trilogies, there's not too much action and stuff, and I was kind of bored in the prequels, so that's my go-to. But I would say that's probably up in my top three.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah, I know.
Yeah, I do have to agree. Like the amount of that when all the Jedi's appear in the arena
Yeah,
and the lightsabers all ignite, it's a moment. Like, and even just
uh-huh.
getting to see the variety of different species that are in the Jedi too,
Yeah,
because sometimes, especially with some of the shows that came after, I think even Revenge of the Sith, it was a lot of just like human Jedi.
hmm,
Whereas that we kind of had, isn't it? Colin Trevorrow is like the dinosaur Jedi, which I'm
yeah,
just like dies straight away, but still cool as hell, you know. But yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to sit and properly deep dive into Attack of the Clones. I think it's just the one that gets the shit because of the wooden romance story, and again, it's pivotal
yeah.
to the series because it needs to happen in order for Revenge of the Sith to have any
Uh-huh.
emotional weight, but. It's just the sand dialogue, you know.
Mm.
Will we ever truly get over the sand dialogue?
I think in terms of the overall everything cartoons TV show, it's the first chapter in the era of Star Wars that we love the most, Danny, like Clone
Mm.
Wars
Mm-hmm,
stuff.
mm-hmm.
So it sort of opens the door for all the other things we like.
Yeah.
It's just it has a bit of um a mixed tone with your detective story, your weird love story, and C3PO bobbling about in his wee. Um,
But without that version of 3PO, we wouldn't have J3, so,
Yeah.
well, these poetry rhymes. So let's pick up what we on. what's the Star Wars film you don't like the most? Or you like the least?
I
See if he
recently
see if he
watched
says
the
Solo. Danny, see if he says Solo. He's
ah,
back.
We're cutting the call. That's it. It's over.
I recently watched the original trilogy and the sequel there. Just I was just prequel, like I was prequel mad. Like I used to sit every night of every week and watch everything, just sit and repeat. My fella got the ick a bit because I was just saying word for word, and like the Star Wars, and he was like, "You're insane." But I'm trying to give the sequel a chance. I was that kind of bandwagon that jumped on and was like, well, don't like it. But I have been giving it a chance. The effects on it are amazing. The graphics and all too are just insane. When that opening scene when Kylo Ren just kind of stops a bolt, and I'm thinking, wow. So I have given it a chance, and I have starting to like it a lot more. But my least favorite, I haven't watched Andor. I'll be honest with you. I haven't given it a chance because, as I said, I'm a lightsaber man. Do you know what I mean? I'm just a lightsaber man. But this is hard. I'm probably going to say A New Hope.
Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah. And why, like, which, I get, because we know, like, straight away, if you don't give a reason, people are going to freak out. You can't just drop a
yeah,
bomb like that and not say why.
that's me. See you later. I just think it's so slow, and I know it's so important in the whole story. Like this is what happens. This is how it comes together. All this stuff, but it's just too slow for me. After growing up with the prequels and the Jedi fighting and the Force being used all the time, to like a bit of sword fighting. Do you know what I mean? Barely.
Hmm.
So that's my opinion. I know we all have our
For
own opinions.
No, absolutely, and I get it. And I suppose to even go that jump from New Hope to Empire, like the fight we get in Empire compared to what we get in New
Oh,
Hope
I
is
definitely.
such a jump, you
Yeah,
know.
definitely.
But and then to go from that to what we see at Return of the Jedi again, the fighting gets that bit better, but
Hmm.
then have that gap of however many years between Return of the Jedi and Phantom, and to get the fight then we get in Phantom is
Yeah,
just like
Mm.
what?
I
Like
know.
that's
Yeah,
incredible, you know. But what's the payoff there? Because the original trilogy fans would then say that it's style over substance when it comes to the story of Phantom Menace,
yeah.
whereas New Hope probably does have that stronger narrative.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I suppose it's what you're into, really. And
Yeah,
that's why Star Wars is a great thing, because you can have
I
so
know.
many
I know.
opinions and favorites, and there's so much to enjoy. But do get on Andor because that, like,
I know. I know.
we are sleeping on that.
I have tried a few times, but it's kind of one I throw on at night time to, and then I fall asleep and forget where I'm at, and then I have to watch it again. So
Mm.
I've watched the first episode about 5 times at the minute. Like, but I think I know what you were saying about just the fighting and all as well too, and that's I think that's kind of what threw me off the sequel as well too. Was there was no like amazing choreograph in the fighting. Obviously, Rey's just kind of discovering herself as a Jedi and that, so obviously she wouldn't be quite skilled, but I don't know. It's just the prequels for me. I'm just a big fan.
Hmm.
I don't know if you had this as well, Owen, sort of because you fell away from it, but like stuff like Family Guy and Robot Chicken sort of taking the piss out of the
Yeah.
OG trilogy. When you go back to watching the original trilogy, it you sort of have to rewire your brain not to remember those jokes when watching A New Hope.
Do you know how I mostly know about the original trilogy is the Lego Star Wars game?
Hell
Mm.
yeah,
That
yeah.
I just played that on repeat and
Hmm.
just free playing it, just unlocking everything, and that's how I got to know it more and get the story, and then just giving it a chance. Then like, but yeah,
Yeah, it's mad that there is sort of like, I suppose, generations that will kind of come up with the spoofs of Star Wars and the games, the likes of Lego Star Wars, kind of teaching them that almost as like an entryway into Star Wars too, you know.
yeah,
And yeah, it's mad to think that we've kind of it's sort of come full circle that like spoofs are the thing in tradition because there's what is it that um like I'm trying to think. There's a particular was like the likes of Scream. Like I saw Scary Movie before I ever seen Scream,
Same here.
yeah.
and that's what got me into that kind of horror was through
Mhm.
Scary Movie. So yeah, to think that like some people's gateway into Star Wars will be the stuff that's spoofing Star
Yeah,
Wars.
yeah. I remember always watching Scary Movie 3 before I seen The Ring.
Mm.
And
Mm-hmm.
but I was like young when I was watching that, and I was terrified. Her coming out and like the chainsaw. Do you remember the part when she's like the chainsaw above her head and all? And I was like, oh.
Yeah, because when they show the tape in Scary Movie 3 and you see the person spinning in the chair and then they're like poking a ring up, I was like, oh, that's scary.
Brushing the armpit hair and
Yeah,
all.
Yeah.
it is. That's sort of with the new Scary Movie coming out and it's sort of being like a legacy sequel and a piss take of legacy sequels. It's sort of do kids not get parody movies anymore? Is it the fact that like
Mm.
TikTok is such like a quick reactionary thing for comedy that like you can't do a piss take of Sinners, not even though they are, but it's sort of just like, oh, that was last year, right? Like fucking
Yeah, true guy. Not up a trend. Like, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Are we gonna be able to do like long bits? Like, because it'd be interesting. I would love to know even like who, like what age demographics are watching, say, the new Saturday Night Live UK.
Mm,
Because I don't think even the way it's put together, because it's sticking very much with like the American format, obviously with the UK humor, but it's the American format. Like, is it even still the sketches too long for like a young audience? I don't know. It
Mm.
just, you know,
yeah.
who knows?
But Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, speaking about Star Wars in the modern age, Owen, let's get into some stuff coming up to see if you're excited for it. Just announced today, and if you're listening to this on the day of release, congratulations, Maul Shadow Lord's out. But they've just announced today that there's going to be a season 2 of Maul Shadow Lord.
Oh
Um,
wow.
are you excited to watch the show, even though it's out today and you've already watched it? What?
Yeah, well, I loved it. I watched it all. I am excited. I was a bit skeptical on the animation of it, on the trailer, but I'm looking past it. Like I love the animation of the Clone Wars. I just think it's unreal. It's amazing. And then when I seen this animation, it's kind of like, but I think we all deserve to see the backstory, what happened after, and I can't wait. I just can't wait to.
Mhm.
Mhm. Do you have any do you have any theories or any ideas about what you either hope to see or would like to see or maybe just have an idea of?
I now I might be confusing timelines a bit, but do you know his saber that ends up? It was Sage Ventress's good saber.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So there's a whole story about him going to Dathomir and digging that up from her grave or something. So I wonder, like that's probably I think that's after this whole Maul series is after that. But I would love to see how that happens because you don't see about it now.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm hoping we see with the the link up to I think we'd mentioned before in our previous episode 2 weeks ago with Gary from Blab of the Hut, um how I'm excited to see that kind of link from uh end of Clone Wars into Rebels with a bit of the sort of solo timeline mixed in. But
Yes.
just with you mentioning about Sabers there, we know that a part of his saber in Rebels is made of an Inquisitor
Yeah.
hilt.
Yeah.
So it'll
Uh-huh.
be cool to see if that ties in, because obviously we know there is two Inquisitors in this season.
Yeah.
So is he going to get it there, or is it maybe with the second season being announced? Is there a longer narrative that's going to flow through, and is he going to get it somewhere further down the line,
Yeah.
into Rebels? Yeah, I'm pumped for it. Like, I can't wait to see Darth Maul being big and bad
Oh, I
on the
can't wait
screen
for it.
again.
I know. Well, Shadow's Lightsaber's doing 20% off all mall sabers at the minute too. Just want to throw that in
Oh,
there. Yeah,
wee
just
plug.
celebrate the
Is there a code? Is there anything that people have
mall
to do, or is
20.
it
Yeah, mall 20 at checkout.
Nice.
perfect?
So yeah, just to get ready for season 2 because we already watched season 1.
Yeah, yeah,
So
exactly. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. We all held hands this morning and watched it all. Um, with do you keep your eyes on Comic Con and Comic Con guests to sort of because I know London Comic Con in May has all of the Clone War voice actors. Do you sort of keep that in mind when you want to, like, not even just to be a seller, but to go over to get things signed?
No.
Okay.
On to the next. No, I think I was saying to you guys before, I started only going to Comic Cons there like last year. So this was like, I just seen Hayden was coming to Liverpool, and I was like, I'm there, and I bought tickets. I bought tickets for me and my partner to go over, and he was like, I'm not going to that. So I was like, okay. So convinced my brother to come, my younger brother to come with me, and I got a photo with Rosario and Hayden, and then I got another photo with Hayden. So I think he's like sick. There's going to be a restraining order soon, I think. Um, but I think just the opportunity to meet these people now, is kind of like this is surreal. This is great. Like, and like I booked. Hayden was coming back to Edinburgh the end in October, and I was like, my birthday, I'm going, and I bought 2 tickets. I bought 3 tickets. There's one for me and two for my two brothers, and then my two brothers were like, we're not going, and I was like, ah. So I had to drag my partner along with that time. So I met Hayden again, Rosario again. But I got to meet like the armor. I met actually, who was it? I met a girl at the Vampire Diaries. I'm showing myself up a bit here now, but I met a girl at Vampire Diaries that played Bonnie the Witch, and I was like, oh, this is mad, and she was lovely too. But I think it's just great. Like any Comic Con, I'm like, I'm there. Do you know what I mean? Like, I didn't know so much about the girl Veronica, who was like the cloud photographer, and I was like, this is so cool. Like, I was like, she photographed these clouds, and someone was all to me like, it's just clouds. I'm like, it's not just clouds. That's all. It's clouds on the boat. It's it's like,
Yeah, it's that iconic battle scene. The
yeah,
Battle of Naboo is her San Francisco clouds. Like
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
and
It's mad.
again, such a lovely lady to talk to. Like the time
Oh,
she
she
took to
was.
kind of talk to you about how she captured the photos and just generally chat. Like her and Adam were talking about his cats for like half an hour. So,
Amazing, like amazing. Yeah. Like she was saying to me when she was taking the photo, she was like just hanging out the car window, no sitting on, just taking the photo. And I was like, that's so cool. Like it's all these stuff like bring Star Wars together, just bring different bits. And it's something some people might look and think, like, are you for real? But I was thinking this is big, like, this is amazing. This is
Yeah. It's
but
it's
yeah,
cool to fans like us, like people who genuinely care about the craft and what it takes to make
yeah.
these things happen, and again, that's why Adam and I do what we do, why we get guests on to kind of talk about that stuff, but also even like yourself, it's very
Mhm.
clear you're a passionate Star Wars fan who has turned that passion into a business,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's great to kind of be able to get to speak to these people either at cons or by going to the talks that like Dave from Minicon organizes or listening to podcasts like ourselves or us, our boys. But yeah, and that's what I think's cool. You mentioned at Nuri Minicon that like you're trying to you mentioned that you do custom sabers and you're trying to
Yeah.
do more to provide that custom service for
Uh-huh.
people. So,
Yeah.
it's showing a creative flair on your side, and what you showed us is even before the call was a fantastic painting you did of Hayden. So
Yeah. Yeah.
obviously Star Wars has influenced you in your craft and your art,
Uh-huh.
So it's great to see that and to have that, I suppose. And it's one thing we mentioned as well when we were talking to Nigel from Where and I, how creativity is so important for, your own well-being and just being productive and that sort of a
Yeah.
thing too,
Yeah.
So yeah, I know just in terms of your art as well, as I say, incredible painting of Hayden.
Thank
Is
you.
that something that like you do as like a hobby, or are you an
Yeah, yeah.
artist as well? Or...
I actually sold a few like dog portraits there recently too, but I studied art for years, and I actually wanted to be a tattoo artist at the time, and I was like, I was gonna go to uni, and I was like, no, I'm not going to uni, I'll be a tattoo artist, and I couldn't get into tattooing, so I became a barber. So I've been barbering for like 10 years, and then I actually lecture in a college for barbering now as well too. But Art, like I always tend to fall back to art, and I always remember years ago. I can't mind what website it was, but I used to go onto their website and I used to draw all their lightsabers. So I used to have like just drawings and drawings of lightsabers, and my mom would look at me and think, something wrong here, But she let me be, and it was great. But I always had a passion for it, and I think having a passion for Star Wars and kind of bringing that together. So I've just mentioned to you guys, like I would love to start bringing in Star Wars art and creating prints and that as well too. But I actually started a stormtrooper there recently. Um, so it's oil paintings. I'm kind of new to oil painting. Kind of only started it last year, so that was the one I done with Hayden was oils. But I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. It was actually a local artist I went to train with there for a while. But yeah, I think it's just integrating the passion in, because I know people say, "Do it's good for your well-being to get out and exercise," but it's good for your well-being to have a passion for something and they take an interest as well. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. You already kind of have the market now through the lightsabers, and you're
Hmm.
kind of getting known for doing Dublin and for doing Uri, and
Yeah.
obviously we're doing Strange and Unusual. And I'm sure there's plenty of other
Yeah.
fan events and fairs that would have you, because it's such an interesting, unique product. But then to also be able to say, well, now I'm actually going to provide this as well, some art
Hmm.
from Star Wars or whatever other fandom that you fancy
Yeah.
painting is great. And I'm sure, I don't know if Dave spoke to, or you heard him mention about his artist initiative with Minicon Ireland.
Didn't
So
hear it, no.
he gets artists involved to do the way they
Oh,
were
I
giving out
does.
the prints at
Yeah,
the
I does.
start.
Yeah.
So he gets artists involved to do that. So who knows? There might be an
I
opportunity
know.
some point in the
I know,
future
maybe.
to
I
do that.
know.
Because even the Radis print they had, and the Vader print, which I think they're both got them both up behind me now.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, yeah.
But like, yeah, like to get the fact they were giving them out for free
I
at
know.
the
I couldn't
start
get
was
over it.
so cool. But yeah, it's great that he's encouraging local artists to be
Uh-huh.
producing stuff like that as a special event item.
Yeah,
Is incredible. But yeah, absolutely keep it up, man, and who knows where it could take you.
I know. I know. Exciting times. Exciting times.
Yeah, I think since like you have a painting already signed by Hayden, it's like
Yeah, I
you
know.
know you're already on the way. Um, just to get back into upcoming Star Wars stuff, are you a video gamer?
Yes, I am. I am. Are you talking about the Knights of the Republic remake?
Yes.
Yes.
That's hopefully on the horizon at some point. That's one of those ones that's sort of, I think the team fell away from it and then somebody else picked it up.
Yeah.
So that they haven't really talked about it much. But they showed off Star Wars Zero Company in the latest PC Gamer magazine. I think that's what it's called.
Right.
Um, and there's a lot of stuff in it. It's basically the Suicide Squad, but you get to make your own squad. And it's a mix of Mass Effect and XCOM,
Mhm.
and um, it has permadeath. So
Right.
realistically, you're making these characters, and the stakes are higher because obviously permadeath. So unless you do a cheeky save and then reload. Um, but would that be something that would interest you, or are you more of a Star Wars Monopoly man? Because I know Danny is.
I actually have an episode one Monopoly on, like, still packaging on it and
Oh,
everything.
Hell yeah.
So I do. No, I'm actually playing. What is the second one? Is it Fallen Order?
hmm.
Hmm.
So I was replaying that the other day actually as well. So because I'm replaying, I have like the red kyber crystal now and that. But I want a Star Wars game where I can customize whoever I want and almost have like a. Do you remember the Infamous 2 game where it was like your karma, your good karma? Like I would love something like that. And I grew up, I think Knights of the Republic's just a wee bit older for me, so I never played that. And I tried to play it on the Switch 2 when we brought out the whole remake of but it's so hard to get into. I think just playing modern games and then trying to jump back into that. But I love Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. I've played
Hmm.
that a million times over. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for this pod racing one coming out as well too.
Oh
Like
yeah.
that looks deadly. So it is.
Yeah,
But
I'm buzzing for
yeah,
that one because I think there's going to be such variety. It's not just going to be pod racing. You've got like speeders and like lots of different stuff, and I think there
Yeah.
is customizable elements to it. But just with you mentioning there about like you want a greater degree of customization, I
Uh-huh.
did see announced there for Zero Company they're going to have greater customization options, and there's
Oh,
also
amazing.
going to be there's a new droid they've designed specifically for the game that you can like customize in as well.
J3PO.
It's J3. You heard it here first. J3 is going to be in Zero Company. Imagine you could get a J3 skin.
Oh, that'd be
Whoever
amazing.
is making that game, hit us
Yeah.
up. We will. I'll do the voice acting. No bother.
That'd be amazing.
Oh,
But that's like it was the I remember playing the Force Unleashed game, the first one, and I played it in the Wii, and then I played it on the PlayStation, and just two completely different games. And I loved the Wii version because like you could customize, like you could change your healths, you could change colors, and all the cheat codes you can get so many skins. Whereas the PlayStation one was very limited, it wasn't the same customization on it, and I was kind of like, like for your healths and different stuff, whereas you could change your crystals, and that was cool. But it was like two completely different games now.
yeah, yeah.
But I think I've always just been drawn to lightsabers. I don't know why.
Of course.
Wait,
What's your favorite lightsaber of all the lightsabers that are in the Star Wars canon? What's your favorite?
I would say either Count Dooku's or Plo Koon's.
Mm, okay,
Hmm.
okay. And obviously the Dooku one is such a unique shape,
Yeah. Uh-huh.
it's a saber hilt and it's
Yeah.
got that lovely like spoke coming off it and stuff. But why Plo Koon's? 'Cause Plo Koon's is a bit almost Vader-esque, isn't it? He's
Yeah.
got
It's
or not Vader, sorry, Maul.
Maul.
It's
Maul.
like Maul
Yeah.
at the end. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
I don't know. I used to have dreams like of people breaking into the house and me like opening the drawer and grabbing this lightsaber. And it was always Plo Koon's lightsaber, and I don't know why because like Plo Koon is a cool character and like you don't really see much of him in the prequels, more the Clone Wars and that. No, you get to see him a lot more too and the one better, but. It's just always been a lightsaber I've been drawn to. I actually have it behind me there too on the on the cabinet. But yeah, it was actually a Disney one I have there of his, and it was like when I got it, I was like, wow, I actually have it now. Do you know, it's amazing.
nice.
But
Is
it's
it
just this
are you
like design, yeah.
are you gonna go for the Jedi Power Battles yellow blade or are you gonna go blue?
I love the yellow blade. Now, in the Jedi power battles, it looks like this wee stumpy man running around, with his cloak on. And I just, when I was a kid playing that, I never knew who it was. You kind of had Mace Windu, Qui-Gon, and Plo Koon, didn't you? And I was like, oh,
Mhm.
this is cool. And I always picked him because he threw the lightsaber around him, didn't he? Like it was.
Mhm.
But yeah, yeah.
Class. Yeah. I think my favorites because I've got it as well as Kit Fistos. So I've
Yeah,
got that down there. It's one of the removable blade FX ones
yeah,
from like way back when. Um but I'm trying to think. I really like I really like Kanan's because I like the way he like takes it apart to hide it.
yeah.
I think
Uh-huh,
that's really cool and unique, and
uh-huh.
I like that it's almost reminiscent of the early Macquarie concept as
Yeah,
well. The way it's got like that kind of big sort of almost flashlight, like torchlight sort of thing to it.
yeah. The
Adam, what's your
sunlight sort of
favorite?
that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
see, I'm not a lightsaber man, as you know.
Mm,
Yeah,
So I do enjoy just the classic Luke saber and Kylo Ren's, just because it has that sort of makeshift mechanical to it, like the wire sticking out, and obviously the
hmm,
kyber being bust. Um, like even in Fallen Order, so when it's like, oh, you get to make your own saber, it's sort of like I always make mine sort of brown, like just like I like leather, like
yeah.
brown leather on it. But then I do fight with the blaster and the saber. I know people are like, well, you're not playing it right because you're not playing with a
Yeah.
full saber, but
Uh-huh.
I'm a blaster man.
I started playing that style because it's nearly like Count Dooku's style of fighting, the
Mm.
way he's fighting with a saber and that, and it's cool. But yeah, blasters. I don't know. It doesn't, as it says in the game too. Jedi's don't use blasters type of thing.
Mm.
But yeah, it's each their own. Like it's
yeah. Of
Whenever
course.
you're playing the game, how long? Like when you first get to the desk and you're like, I get to make my saber. How long does it take you?
Oh man, like I've been playing it. Like I got the part where Grease, like you meet Grease and he's cantina and all now, and I've went back and forth customizing about 40 times. And like I could be on the game for an hour and not play one mission. I'm just customizing. I'm running outside, throwing it around me, back in again. Because I've like paid for the deluxe version, so you got like Kenobi's lightsabers and the chosen one, like Anakin's style one and all too. So I'm like, right, I'll be Anakin. Then I'm running out again. I'm like, no, no, I'll be this, I'll be that.
And are you sticking to the character hilts as much as possible, or do you like to mix and match?
In the
And
customization,
mm-hmm,
I don't know. I just like having the characters, so I do.
mm-hmm,
Um, I feel like I don't know if it's just a thing with me, but in some games, like I was playing DC Universe Online. Have you ever played that?
Mhm.
So I tried to like I was playing a character like Magneto in a DC game. I was making a Marvel character, but I love making characters and being that character rather. But I need to start making my own and being unique about it, I suppose.
Mm.
mm-hmm.
I know what you
It's
mean because the DC Universe game is sort of like you get super speed and you're like, well, I'm gonna be the Flash or Quicksilver. It's
Yeah,
not.
I know why. Because it was the mental powers I was using for Magneto, and I was like, well, it's purple, so I just have to be Magneto, you know. So
Mm.
of course. If you if you were to customize your own lightsaber,
hmm
what would obviously this is an audio medium, so we can't show the people, but if you could sort of describe the elements of the lightsaber that you would
yeah,
do for
yeah.
yourself.
I've drawn out one. I had it. I was in talks with an engineer to try to get this made at the minute, so it was, but it was like a slight curve on it, kind of inspired by Dookie. Not too much of a curve, more like his Jedi one, slightly not as curved. With some like gold accents through it, nice big red button on it, and kind of like Qui-Gon's, do you know the way he's kind of like cut on his grip?
Mm.
Mhm.
Kind of like that kind of style would suit. And then the Qui-Gon's top, the way it's just so nice and neat goes in, but like in gold. I just think it'd be lovely. So it would
Nice.
definitely, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. I
Have you
hope
have
we
you have you a dream one, Danny? What would you?
I'm trying to think. I mentioned to you before, I've been speaking with Johnathan Sung, who's just released a children's book called Moon Moon Can't Sleep. But he designed our podcast logo.
Yes.
But he also does like he loves drawing lightsabers and stuff. Like me and him became friends basically through Star Wars. And like he's always drawn we Star Warsy things, but I'd asked him to draw um to do obviously our podcast logo, and he asked because I'm the Jedi in it, he was like, "What lightsaber hilt do you want?" I was like, "Oh, just give me Obi-Wan Kenobi's
Mhm.
episode one hilt." And he's like,
Yeah.
"Okay, but at some point, like, we'll give you a custom hilt." And I was like, "Okay." Um, so yeah, we've kind of been talking about it, but let me see. There's one I kind of photoshopped together like elements of different sabers.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what I came up with. So it's
Ah,
sort of
yes. Exactly
so
what I described there.
a
I wanted
bit
you
like what you've got.
to.
It's sort of yeah. Well, I mean, it kind of is because you've got the like kitchen sink handle, Obi-Wan bottom, and then the Dooku curve,
Yeah.
and then the grenade grip from the Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber, and
Uh-huh.
then the top is the like uh five wee sort of disc ridges from the Fisto.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we've got similar elements.
We do. Yeah, we do.
In there. So yeah, that's the one I sent to Johnny, and he was just like, "Okay, cool. Yep, we can work with that." But I think he's also I've mentioned to him about maybe doing something that's a bit more kind of like Celtic in design, like
Ah,
incorporating
yes.
like Celtic sort of knotwork and stuff into it.
Uh-huh.
So we've been talking about that, but we were also like gushing over the have you read the one shot for the Star Wars Visions Ronin comic?
No,
No,
no.
there's hold on, see if I can get this up here. This lightsaber in it is just like mental looking.
Oh,
Like
wow.
katana with like hoops and stuff on it.
Jeez, that's mental. That's
Like
kind
the
of like a
emitter and stuff on it's really
Mace Windy
cool.
grip on it then, isn't
Yeah. So I just seen that. I had to
it?
send pictures of it being like, look at this. Like it's just really cool looking. But He let me see, did he send me pictures? He sent me some pictures of one he'd done recently, but I can't find it. It's not in this chat. Oh no, there it is there. Aye, so that's one he'd sort of like designed for himself.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so he'd
Oh,
sort
that's
of
amazing. Like,
sketch that out. But John, again, much like you, like Johnny's been drawn like lightsabers and Star Wars stuff since we were at school. Like that's what he
yeah.
did like back when we were sixth form.
Oh, that's
And it's so
class.
funny because it's kind of like two twins, and then we seen that in the Acolyte, and I was like, Johnny, they've
You
used your
stole your idea.
idea exactly. I was just like, oh, but yeah,
That's a series I
his
absolutely
stuff's
love.
great. His one of the things he's doing at the minute for me is so I'm getting married in July, and I'm wearing a kilt for it. I've
Yeah.
always wanted a kilt,
Uh-huh.
but the glib durg is the wee knife you put in your sock.
Right.
But I was like, the guy who's making my kilt was like telling me like all the different parts you need for wearing a
Uh-huh.
kilt, and he's like, "What are you thinking for the blade that goes in your sock?" And I was like, I don't know, I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do. And I was like, could I get like a little lightsaber? Like, is that a thing? And he's like, well, yeah, if you know someone that could like make it. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, I know the boy. I know a boy with
That's
a 3D
class.
printer.
Uh,
I just got on to Johnny and was like, could you print me a little mini lightsaber to put in my sock? And he was like,
uh,
yeah. So
that's amazing. Like,
I can't wait. I can't wait to add because it's one of those things where it's going to be like subtle enough that like
yeah.
it's for my little Star Wars fans out there who'll see it and
Uh-huh.
be like, that's a little lightsaber hilt in his sock, you know.
Yeah.
So
Not so much
um
that your wife's gonna divorce you, like, it's
yeah,
that.
exactly. I'm not going
Yeah.
in full Jedi tunic, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna have just a wee lightsaber. And then sitting in my eBay basket is a kilt pin that is Luke Skywalker's lightsaber hilt pin to hold the
Oh,
whole
you
thing in.
deadly.
So
Hey. Oh,
yeah,
that's amazing.
can't wait for that. But yeah, I do love a good lightsaber. I love lightsabery
Yeah.
things.
I always remember it was the time of the Clone Wars came out, and there was like it was like a big box that you can customize your lightsaber. So it had like the Mars Brood kind of hold on it as well too. And I remember getting that for my birthday, but it was like 2 weeks before my mama bought it, and I was like, "Oh, can I open it now?" She's like, "No, I have to wait till your birthday." And I think I was like 14, like, so it was a wee bit older, but it was like the last couple of days come up to my birthday, so I had it like sitting in my room and just stared at it until I wasn't allowed to open it, but I could stare at it. So I would just stare at it. I would look at the back and I'd stare at it again. And you could put the different crystals on, they make different colors. And yeah, I've just always had a love for it too. So
Hmm. Hmm.
Now, and just to sort of change tones, and I just want to ask you a serious question. The war in Iran at the minute is sort of getting to a point where it's started to escalate, and people around the world are sort of questioning what's going on. And with America sort of paralleling what happens in the Phantom Menace with taxations and you know, uh, nuclear ships maybe out in the sea, maybe getting taken down by unknown forces and stuff. It's a lot of parallels that you would see in Star Wars, and especially Andor when it comes to like the political side of the franchise and the political side of what we're going through now. To say all that, what's your opinions on the mopeds from the Book of Boba Fett?
I don't know where you were
I
going with this, Adam. Here, I was
fucking
like,
knew.
what is going on?
I was like, this boy's building
Gotcha.
up to fucking something. It's gonna be them fucking moped fuckers.
Are you getting these guys? I've heard talks.
Oh
Like, is this
fuck!
Well, here's the thing. That
Someday.
this will be the exclusive for this podcast. We have asked Dresh, is that his name? The main fella that spins and shoots.
uh-huh,
I've been on the phone to his agent and through email, and they got back to us and says he's not interested at the minute.
right?
Uh,
At the
so
minute.
at the
At the
minute,
At
moment,
the
yeah,
minute.
yeah.
I will
So
wear him down. But
Ask again. Just keep
yeah,
asking.
yeah,
until he either, gets some sort of like injunction against us
Yeah,
or he comes
just
on.
say,
mm,
is he
Yeah.
interested now?
yeah.
Yeah, right this second. Come on.
I feel like he might be more inclined to be like, I don't want to talk about that because he got so
Mm.
much stick. Now, Sophie Thatcher,
Yeah. Hmm.
she's more open to talking about being on the Book of Boba Fett, but um trying to get to her was like she's one of those impossible tasks. Now, not to say that it's not achievable. It's
Yeah.
just how many loopholes do we have to jump through to get her? Sometimes we're
Mhm.
lucky with guests. Sometimes it's like you ask and they say yes, or you ask their agent and they say yes, and you sort of have to play the game. Um, but will we have someone on the show who was a moped guy? This is the thing. If you go on IMDb, you can't find. There's 5 members. I did it.
Yeah.
I did the number 4 there. There's 5 members. Only 2 of them are like listed, and then the other
Right.
3 are just in the wind.
Oh, no
So,
way. That's not
so,
fair.
We'll
so
find them. We'll get them.
yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
some research.
Hmm.
I was wondering, I was getting a bit worried where you're going with this, Adam. So there's always, like, see, growing up, like, learning barber and that, there was 2 things you never talk about, it's politics and religion. And this all came in, and I was like, oh no.
I was like, you're too much of a listener. You know the question's coming, but I want to blindside you. Um, so coming out end of May, Mandalorian and Grogu. Are you excited?
I am, and I'm nervous for it too because I don't want it to be ruined. I don't want
Hmm.
a movie to ruin it, the whole series and the whole experience that we've had with it so far. But I have enjoyed it. I have enjoyed it. What's your thoughts on it?
Uh,
Buzzing.
yeah,
Awesome.
the closer it's getting now, it's sort of like, I guess it's gonna be good, isn't it? Like even if
Yeah,
it's like not the best, like it's still Star Wars on the big screen after all these years.
yeah, I know. I
Um,
know.
and we'll get to Rise of Skywalker at some point in the future, Danny. But like
Yes.
that experience being such a disappointment and being the last time in a cinema watching Star Wars, it's like as long as it's not as bad as that, and
Yeah,
I don't think it ever could be.
no, I
So
know.
so even if it's not as bad as that, it's a plus. So going
Yeah,
in, I'm expecting to at least come out of being like, I enjoyed that,
uh-huh.
with the hopes of coming out being like, I love that. I will see that again.
Yeah, that's what I want. I kind of want like a Star Wars film now that's gonna leave me the way as Revenge of the Sith did, you know. And I went to see like the re-release.
Mm,
I have like an 8 foot cutout, cardboard cutout from the cinema
nice.
of episode 3, and I got the episode 1 as well. It's actually behind this. I say
Mm,
my partner's gonna let me display anything, so it's behind this display cabinet. Um, but I just want something that's gonna make me feel like a kid again. Do you know what I mean? And thinking,
Mm.
oh my god, is it real?
You know what's going to make you feel like a kid again? Going to see
Yeah.
that movie with a wee bottle of Robinson's Mangolorian juice. Have you seen this? Have you seen?
Oh,
So they're
no,
doing Robinson's is doing like limited edition, like diluting and fruit shoots, and
right?
there's the Mangolorian, and there is what's the other one? The other one's like Baskar.
just put it. I pulled. I said that this to Danny
You
immediately.
sent it just being like, we need this juice. It's like it's got like glitter in it, like that edible glitter. So it's
Okay.
got that like shimmer. So the Mangolorian is green and
Yeah.
shimmery, and it's got Grogu on it. And then the other one is it like
Bas
Baskar Blackberry or something?
Bhaskar
Right.
Berry Blend.
Baskar Berry Blend, and it's like black with the sparkly shimmer through it.
It's like that
Um,
gold slanger that you used to get years ago.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's class. Like that's
So,
class.
if anything, we're getting tasty beverages
Mm.
I know.
out of
No,
it.
that's deadly. You are just chatting about the drinks. I remember going to Galaxy's Edge a few years ago and getting the blue milk.
Mm.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, this is so nice. And then I was like, oh, you can get alcohol in the blue milk. So I was like, oh, let's go get this. And I got hit Friday. And I'm thinking, do you know, like, I think I was like 20, 25 or 26 at the time. And I was like, right. And I couldn't find, like, I had my passport on me and I couldn't find a photo of it. So they wouldn't serve me it. And I was kind of raging then. I was like, I wanted this. But we went up to the other bit then and we got like the cocktails. So there was a Coruscant Crusader.
Mm.
And that was lovely. That was lovely, I must say.
I can't wait to try it. We're going in December for our
Oh,
honeymoon. We're gonna
amazing.
go and like I've already told her I'm like I will be spending at least a day in Batu.
Oh,
I will be
definitely.
doing all the things.
Have they expanded it yet? I know they were talking about
They're
expanding
doing
for
is
the.
it April? Is oh yes, sorry, yes, no, we're in May. Or
Yeah.
wait, no,
No,
we're in April. We're
this is
still in
April.
April. It's happening right now. The update is happening this very second.
I believe May 27th is when Smuggler's Run is getting updated to having the Mandalorian and Grogu in it.
Oh, wow.
So it's not just the Hondo Anaka mission anymore.
Yeah.
It's that, and it's sort of it's it'll be good on the West Coast because they have sort of accepted that uh, the timeline doesn't matter anymore.
Hmm.
Weirder on the East Coast because that's still in the original timeline. So you'll be seeing Mando and Grogu technically between The Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. But
Hmm.
realistically, like if you're on the ride being like, well, this isn't canon, you're missing the point.
Oh, I loved that. It was the Rise of Skywalker raid, wasn't it? What do you call it? I think Rise
Rise
of
of
Resistance.
Resistance.
Aye, that's right. And I remember, like, I've seen a few TikToks, but I didn't want to spoil it too much before I went. But the whole ride, I was sitting like with my phone like this, but I was trying to watch it at the same time, not watch it through my phone. And he's like, "Put your phone away," and I was like, "I need to record this for memories for life because it's oh, it was insane." Like,
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm gonna go on all the rides at least twice.
are
Mm.
you going on your honeymoon? Is it?
Ah, yeah, yeah.
Amazing,
Uh,
amazing.
can't wait. I'm so excited. Pure buzzing.
You
Um,
wouldn't take Adam with you know.
well,
If we can get him in the suitcase, I.
um, when you were there, did you build a saber one?
I did, I
Mm.
did, and that was like I was shaking. I was nearly like crying, and this was only like around the time where like I was going to say I came out to my partner. I came out to him about my Star Wars like addiction, we'll
Mhm.
call it. So it was like I'm paying for this. I can't mind how much it was. It was near around $300, I think, maybe more. But the whole experience on it was great, and I give you a wee hint. That's kind of what I'm looking to bring now is kind of like customizing for
Mm.
customers to come over and kind of like, no, you can pick this type of thing. So, but the experience was insane. You know, it was great, and the halts are great too, and they're a bit chunky, but it's just the whole experience on it. You know, you're getting to put in your crystal, choose your crystal, and Yoda comes down in the speakers and chats to you, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, yeah. That's I've watched so many videos of people doing the lightsaber building, and you gotta hold it aloft at the end and all, and
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
like, oh, that's a bit of me. That is.
I know. I think I picked up a purple kyber crystal, so I did, and it's kind of funny, and it doesn't bother me like, but you know when like it's kids around you, and then you're just like the adult just stand in the middle of them, and you're like,
I
go
wouldn't even
away.
care. I
It
wouldn't
doesn't
even
bother me. No,
care.
it doesn't bother
Yeah,
me at all.
yeah. Did you
And
buy many of the kyber crystals when you were in Disney? You know the way you can get them
I
separately
bought,
for.
yeah, I think I bought four more. I think I bought two reds, hoping for the black crystal on it as well too. But um, so you're only limited to buy two sabers, you know, at the Dock Ondor saying so you are. I bought four more, so I did. So that's when I got Plo Koons, I got Vader's, I built my own, and I think I bought Mace Windu's and someone else's too. I can't mind who it was now. But they were like, "Were you here before?" I was like, "No." So I got another two.
And how did you get them all home?
um, I got them in the suitcase, okay. Now the Savage one came, so you obviously get the tube with it, so it came in the like the carry on. But I think they got it that so many times that I just carried it on the plane and they were
Mm.
grand with it, like so they were.
Okay,
Um,
good to know.
but yeah, but the lightsabers itself, I just bought the hilts. You know, I never bought the blades with it. But my cousin was over the year after, and that's when the Qui-Gon got released. So I got him to purchase that for me and another one. But he sent them over. But the weight of the Qui-Gon compared to any other was like it's so heavy, so it is.
Mhm.
But yeah, that was before I started Shadow's Age. So I just have them all now.
Whenever I went to Batu, they were basically like if you went to the bathroom and were drying your hands, they were handing you a Ray lightsaber. They're like, we can't give these away. Please take one.
Oh
Like,
no.
I think it was like, I think it was like if you bought anything, you could get Ray's lightsaber for like $35.
Oh no way.
Yeah, and it was
It
like,
just wasn't selling, was it? Or
no, I think they sort of just. I guess it's hard to like tell what people want, but also it's like a lightsaber that's on screen for what 5 seconds.
yeah, I know.
But like, if you were a smart person, you would have got it, and then be like,
Uh-huh.
she's gonna be in more movies, so
Yeah.
the next
That's
one is gonna be more expensive.
we were laughing at too was the only Black Series figure that was mostly there. I think it was Lando.
Mm.
Do you know? So there was just like 40 Landos just lined up. You know.
And Adam's like, I'll buy them all.
I have bought Mando. I have Mando in every era. Although there was the Mando in Nuri, don't I didn't pick up, and I actually really regret.
Oh no, that was Lando, not
Lando.
Mando. Lando
You'd be
Calrissian.
buying every Lando as well.
Yeah,
I bet.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Just to go with my Bale figures.
yeah.
I must see if we can get that one.
Whenever you're sort of coming up with what sabers you want, is there ones you sort of favor over others that you know will sell better, or is there ones you've taken a risk on and have actually done really well?
Um, when I started buying stock on, I was like, I like this one. I'm getting this one because I like it, you know. And it was kind of like cool. And then doing a few markets, like I've only done maybe 3 stalls or something now or markets, but doing those and I'm realizing like Kylo Ren there's a big one where I was thinking Kylo Ren wasn't my forte, like I wasn't really interested in it, you know, but like all the kids are coming over like Kylo Ren, you know, because they're obviously growing up in that sequel era too, like so I have to understand it that way and I have to kind of put my desires to one side and picking stuff, but like recently I saw like the guy at the Nuricon, he was like, "Oh, I'll have 2 like Darth Sidious sabers," and I was like, "Oh no, look, I only have one with me. Like, I didn't think these would sell, you know, because there wasn't much interest in other ones. But I think it's just a wide range of everything, and I think it's just kind of supplying that range now and just expanding the range a bit, just so everyone can have their own. Someone asked me 2 months back for the Star Killer one, and I don't have it in stock yet, but like I will do in the future. But I need to put my wants aside and get other people's. The first one I bought was Dookie's, like straight away. Do you know what I mean? I was like, I need to see this. But yeah, I think I need to put my business hat on and think what other people would want as well.
Mm.
Have you got the young Dooku, the Jedi Dooku in yet?
I don't have it on yet, no, but I do have
Mm,
it in kind of the stock list, so it will be on soon.
that would be an interest there because I love seeing them side by side. You know, when I see a
Yeah,
picture of them side by side and just how kind of sleek the Jedi one is
yeah.
compared to Sith one. You know,
I actually have the
yeah, I could
that's
see
the
the
that's the
thrumming glow just makes it glint every so often.
yeah. That's the Sith one from Disney, and I have the Jedi one from Disney as well over there. So I do.
Fantastic,
So
that's
that's me. I have a few hot toys in that too as well.
incredible.
But yeah.
Yeah, great toys, great
Did you
toys.
did you get see Andrew Nelson to sign a Vader?
I didn't get him to sign a Vader, no.
Hmm.
But I got him to sign the poster and that for me. I will be honest, I didn't know much of C. Andrew Nelson before this, and it was only when I was researching then and seeing I went up the table um with an open mind and saying like I didn't want to say who are you? Do you know what I mean? But I was like, okay, and I seen all these Vader, and I was like, "Is this you?" And like, "Are you in this one?" He's like, "Yeah, that was." I saw, "Are you in this one?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Holy shit!" Like, do you know, I was, "Oh, this is insane." And they showed me a photo like him and George Lucas and all too, and I was thinking, "Oh my god!" Like the stuff that you thought it was Hayden Christensen or something, and you know, where it was like it was actually him, and I'm thinking, "This is crazy." You know,
Yeah,
it's
the amount of promo stuff he did, like, because that's I got him to sign. I have to get my little autograph book out. I got him to sign that one
oh, amazing. Like,
because I was just like, "Sorry, you're the Darth Vader from the Star Wars M&M ads, the 2005 M&M ads," and I was like, "Yeah, that was me." And it was promo shoot for the dark chocolate M&Ms for the dark side, and all. I was like, "That's
oh,
incredible," because
amazing.
I had the M&M Star Wars figures. I remember
Yeah,
going into Poundland and they had them all for like a pound each, and you got 2 wee figures in each set. And I actually still
oh,
have
deadly.
the only one I still have because I went through a period whenever I was like moving out my mum's of just like selling a load of stuff to
Yeah,
like make
yeah.
space. But the only one I kept was the Boba Fett, blue M&M Boba Fett, and he's like in just like a wee glass display I have over there, and the top shelf of it is all like Boba Fett stuff, and the
Uh,
wee M&M Boba Fett's just in there. But yeah, like so seeing that promo picture of his and being like, you're the Eminem Darth Vader."
Yeah.
I was like, "That's cool as hell."
It was the only when I was going up and just seeing all the promos, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like this is mad. You're sitting here, and it's just so chilled, like. But
Yeah,
he was so nice as well. He was just chatting away. I'd say him and his wife Veronica too. Like they were lovely. Like they were
yeah.
great.
Just good people. It's mad to think because I suppose you don't think about that period of Darth Vader from the special editions right through to Revenge of the Sith and like how prevalent he was in the marketing for all, through the prequel trilogy. Not so much, we didn't see too much Vader in the Attack of the Clones stuff, but he was always
Mhm.
present in, he's the shadow on the Phantom Menace teaser poster,
Yeah.
and then obviously took a major appearance for Revenge of the Sith and all the
Uh huh.
marketing. Like even the fact that the packaging for the figures is the
That's
Vader
great.
helmet,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is incredible. Like that's the one I miss, the good Star Wars packaging. Like the
Oh, I
Star
love
Wars
it.
toys
I
these
know.
days just do not have that quality premium
No.
packaging. Like
I know. As I said before, like I love going on and just picking. No, you would. I would scroll through all the figures behind them because there was always so much range, compared to nowadays. But I always looked for the figures that could bend their knees and their elbows. Was that like I hated getting a figure like with straight legs. I remember getting a Kit Fisto years ago. It was a Clone Wars one, and he had straight legs. I was kind of raging, but I really wanted him.
yeah, I
But
want my 15 points of articulation, god damn
Have I
um,
have I told a story on this podcast, Danny, about my Neo from the Matrix figure?
it. Yeah, yeah. Well, you've told me. I don't actually know if you
I
said it
don't
on the
think I've heard
podcast
it.
before,
No.
but go on.
So my granny took me into town one day, and it was one of those ones where it was like, so your granny's like, "You like this shop, isn't this full of stuff?" And I was going through that phase where I was like, "Don't like Star Wars anymore, like the Matrix." If you've ever heard of Red Pill, Granny? Um, and I was like, "I want this," and it was like basically a statue of Neo doing a handstand and shooting like an AK in the lobby of the bank.
Yeah.
But the figure is just permanently in a somersault and him like this.
It's just a
So
statue, Adam. It's a
it's just
statue.
statue. So for years I just played with Neo basically doing the splits with one arm up in the air and one arm forward like this.
How'd you get him on the spaceship?
It was the same time Treasure Planet was coming out.
Oh, hell
And I only know this because my granny took me into McDonald's every week and would buy me a kids meal, and then you could build Ben.
yeah.
Right.
Um, and that was like my toy. I had the big fat red. Uh, this was such a weird range of toy. Like imagine this was like Toy Story, and it was like they all know each other. So it was a big fat space commander from the Lightyear Space Command cartoon,
Mhm.
big red guy, half a Ben from McDonald's, and Neo with an AK.
All just hanging out.
Yeah,
I love
Like the
that. I
bar the barber legs with the crane and the
yeah.
toys around it. Like,
just you, your wee like skull t-shirt on, Adam. Just firing rockets, firing them off in rockets. I remember going to just the band thing has triggered a memory in me there. I remember growing up in Ballymena, I lived just behind the McDonald's, behind the Halfords in Ballymena, which McDonald's is. But I found out that you could, if you kept your toy, you could go in and swap it for the next week's toy because they would change the toys like every like 5 days. So
mhm.
I was collecting all the parts of the band because I wanted, because he had to get his head, his torso, his two arms, and his two legs. And I was adamant that I was going to finish him. I wanted to build the whole thing. So I would, if I got a double of one of the limbs or whatever, I would keep it, and then you could go in the next week and swap it
Bring it then,
for the
yeah.
next one. So then that's how I found out you could do that, or you can just buy the toy for £1. Or you could at the time. I don't know if they still allow that or not, but you could
Right.
buy one of the McDonald's, the Happy Meal toy for £1. But yeah, Belt Ben. Fuck, I wish I still had. I would say it's long in the bin now. Like, what was it? The head was a compass. One
Mhm.
of the arms had a pencil in it. The other arm was maybe like a whistle or something. And then yeah, he just all the different wee functions of him. And he was like that size of a
He was
thing when he
big,
was
like.
built.
It's
Like
great.
when you built up. Yeah. Oh, Treasure Planet. What a movie. We started Treasure Planet podcast, will we?
Is that right? Remind me, my head. So, is that was there like a chef guy with a metal arm?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I had him as a big toy, and he was a big, heavy unit, like, but his arm, I used to hook his knuckles onto like the side of things, just to like hang off like a fireplace and all. But
classic.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah. Ah, so good. What a time! What a time to be alive, eh?
know they don't make them like they used to. Hey,
But
No,
don't.
no.
Although
Back in our day.
they do have Mario Galaxy toys in McDonald's at the minute, and I really want a Yoshi.
Well, here,
oh,
if you
lovely.
don't get Yoshi now, save your toy and go in and swap in a week.
You're right. I did also do that, Danny. Me and my granny would do that so I could build Ben, and that's why we're mates.
And that's
Because
why we're friends. Yeah, that's it. Who knew? We didn't know that about each other, but here, common interest. That's why we work so well together.
exactly. Um,
Let's see.
now this weekend is strange and unusual down in Ballymena. If you bring a fully built Ben toy, to strange and unusual, you'll get a free lightsaber from Owen. He said that. He said that.
I'm actually sick that week, guys.
But yes, this weekend, if you want to come down to Strange and Unusual, um, we'll all be there.
All three of us
Yeah.
Yes,
will be in
yes.
the one space. Owen, what can people expect from you? It's Strange and Unusual, a celebration of science fiction and horror.
An absence because that Michael Myers person's going to be there. And it's going to really scare me. Hey.
The Irish
Um,
slasher will be there with the scary wares and in full Michael Myers costume. Yes,
I
it's
told him
okay.
to
We'll
wear.
set him the other side of the room for me. It's all
Yeah,
right.
I told him to wear the heels. I was
Mm.
sending him videos of Michael Slayers, which is like a Michael Myers and a pair of heels. And I
Mhm.
said I won't be that scared if it comes over in a pair of heels, but uh, I don't
I
think it's
that
that.
man's already tall enough. I don't think he
Yeah,
needs the height of heels added on. That'll make him scarier.
I know. But they expect just a wide range of lightsabers and an absolute bit of crack. If these are down there too, just get a call over. I know you are going to be there, but anyone else, just to get a call over even for a chat. I just love talking Star Wars, as you know. I love talking Star Wars. I breathe it every day. I just love it. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I just can't wait.
Absolutely. And apart from lightsaber, because I know you do a few other wee bits at your stall as
Yes.
well. What other sort of wares could people expect from
We
Shadow's
do
Edge?
have some lightsaber like necklaces as well too. We've done like a few Kyber crystal necklaces and Beskar. So we sell like Beskar credit and Imperial credits too. So few wee stuff like lightsaber stands as well too. We've got like LED ones that like change colors and just to display your sabers on as well. So yeah, yeah.
Class.
So
And are you cash and card or
Cash hand card. Cash hand card.
excellent, excellent.
Yes.
if
Everything.
if you bump into the 501st and you're like, I'd like to join those guys, come on over to Owen. He'll give you a starter kit in not he'll
Yes.
not give you, but you can buy.
No, you buy it. You
You can
buy
buy
it.
you can buy a lightsaber, some Beskar,
Exactly. Yeah. Melt in
Kyber
the
crystal
Beskar and
necklace.
get the armor bolt thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all start somewhere with our cosplays, and I think uh, the Jedi Knight is an awesome first cosplay because it's like Danny always says, it's like wearing your jammies.
It's wearing your
Yeah.
jammies with a
Yeah.
lightsaber at your hip.
Mhm.
What
Uh-huh.
more could you possibly want?
I know. I know.
Danny, what other wares and people can the fine folk see on Saturday the 6th, 18th? What other fine things can people see on Saturday the 18th of April in Ballymena? Hey.
Well, at Strange and Unusual, a celebration of science fiction and horror on Saturday, the 18th of April at the Great Arts Centre, Ballymena, you can expect to see Shadow's Edge lightsabers, as well as 19 other vendors. We also have two authors. We have a collection of small press. We'll also have cosplay groups, Cosmos, Eye of Harmony, the Ghostbusters Northern Ireland, and the 501st and Rebel Legion in attendance. There will be a tattoo studio from Electric Leopard Tattoo there. So we'll have three tattoo artists all doing flash on the day. We also have Cult Art Exhibition showing some of their art pieces, which I believe they'll also have a few for sale on the day as well. We are joined by Hugh Spite of Star Wars Return of the Jedi fame and the Dark Crystal, Hugh Ross from Nightbreed, Trainspotting, and Hannibal Rising, and Luisa Guerrero, who is the most recent Toxic Avenger, as well as doing a variety of voiceover work, including Baldur's Gate 3, which I'm very excited about. And then that evening, we're screening Nightbreed with a very special Q&A with Hugh Ross as well.
Yeah, and all of this for the low, low price of.
At the moment, we only have, well, to be fair, it could be less by the time this episode is released, but as of recording, we only have 10 early bird tickets left. So that is 10 tickets at £10. After those 10 are gone, the ticket price will be £15, and that includes on the day will be £15. But that £15 gets you entry to a fantastic event with fantastic traders, fantastic talks. We'll be showing a short film called More that I am starring in, and we'll have a Q&A with the director, as well as hopefully a couple of other cast and crew members involved in that too. And then, as I say, the opportunity to meet 3 fantastic guests too. So be sure to come on down to Ballymena on Saturday the 18th if you've nothing better to be at, which sure, why would you when you've got such an amazing opportunity as Strange and Unusual?
Exactly. And it's a safe zone for if you want to come down, cosplay with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's one of the best things about Comic Cons is that like I noticed a lot at NI Comic Con last year. It was like people just came down with their mates dressed up. Like didn't go to any stands, didn't go to any of the talks, and that's fine because you're paying 15 quid. No, because you can come down, it's a safe space, no one's gonna judge, and you can just have a lot of fun because everybody there is exactly the same as you, like-minded as you. Um, and we want to see you come out and smile with us because that's the most important thing in the world, isn't it?
Yeah, and also to support an event that is local. It's run by us who are local. You know, we've been doing the film screening events now for nearly 7 years. But this is our first big proper fan event, and it's for fans by fans. And you're not only supporting us, you're supporting local traders and businesses and artists and authors and all sorts there as well, and also like local UK talent. You know, you've got the all 3 of our guests are from the UK too, so it's great to kind of have that, um, to have it local. You know, we're very honored to be able to bring something like this to our hometown for Gav and I. And it's something that we would love to do in the future, and we can only really do that if people come and support it. So please do.
And for Outer Rim listeners, we'll have new exclusive stickers. Come see me and say
Mm.
if you use the code word, it's the Outer Rim boys. Um, which people have liked to say to
But they
us
might
on a
just say the Outer Rim boy, because I'll be running around probably trying to organize something on the day. But if you catch the both of us together, you can say the Outer Rim boys.
yeah, and you'll get a nice sticker if it comes in time. Oh no, wait, maybe also a pin
Mhm.
subject to T's and C's applies. But thank you very much for joining us, Owen.
Thank you both. Thank you. It was
You.
great. It was great. Like,
We'll see you on Saturday.
this
Or
Saturday.
yes,
Yeah, this very Saturday.
this Saturday coming, we'll talk all about Maul Shadow Lord.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Danny, thank you as always for being the most loveliest of co-hosts with me.
But of course.
Join us on Saturday in person, Braid Art Centre Ballymena, if strange and unusual. If not, join us next Monday for more fun and shenanigans in the stars with special guest, somebody. Uh, but as always, I've tickled myself off, fuck. But as always, we have friends everywhere. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye bye.
the new Star Wars lightsaber from Kenner. Inflation required, batteries not included. You can pretend you have powers when you switch on Kenner's Star Wars lightsaber.
Ready to feel the Force? Yeah! Switch on your Star Wars lightsabers, close your eyes, and go! I got it! Me too! Zach, you passed the test! The Force is with you!
The Star Wars lightsaber, new from Kenner. Balloons not included.